Namaskar friends, this is NJ, host on this channel, continuing our discussion on different ascendants in the D9 chart. In this video, we will try to understand the results of Aquarius ascendant in the D9 chart. So to begin with, if you want to understand the importance of the D9 chart, so this chart is formed by making a ninth division of your zodiac sign from the main ascendant chart. So this chart is a highly spiritual chart which tells about the prospects of your luck, your fortune in this lifetime. At the same time, this chart is also being seen to validate the true strength of the planets in your life. So let's say, for example, even if some planet is weakly placed in your main ascendant chart, so you cannot conclude that the planet's strength is so weak that you're not going to get good results in the time period of this planet, because if the same planet is strong in the D9 chart, so you can fairly get this idea that the roots of this planet is strong by doing the remedies of this planet, and in the time period of this planet good results can be attained. And the last feature is that this chart also tells about your complete matrimonial life, the contribution of your partner of marriage in your path in this lifetime. And guys, if you want to understand the importance of the ascendant, so ascendant just lays the foundation of your complete life, or I mean to say it just lays the foundation of the significations being represented by that chart. Ascendant only tells you about what kind of underlying theme you're going to find as per the significations or features being represented by that chart. So let's say, for example, just a cursory look at someone's ascendant can get you or give you this information: someone's approach towards spirituality, the underlying theme of someone's matrimonial life. Now guys, if you want to understand some of the distinctive features or qualities of the Aquarius sign, so this is a sign which is being ruled by the planet Saturn and co-ruled by the planet Rahu. So from Saturn, it imbibes the qualities of being a philanthropic, being a humanitarian, scientific mindset, interest in technology. And when we talk about Rahu, so from Rahu, it inherits the intuitive intelligence. It inherits the qualities of being an eccentric, but at the same time being a genius. Because guys, when we talk about the sacrificing nature, when we talk about doing something for the welfare and the good of the society, so trust me, all these potential and all these capabilities are something which comes naturally to this Aquarius sign. And at the same time, it is an air sign which just tells about that this sign has the potential to do something very good on the intellectual realms. And at the same time, this is a fixed sign. So I mean to say, all of those qualities which I have shared with you, somehow this sign also has got fixity while approaching all these prospects in any area of their life. Now guys, before we will start our discussion on today's current topic, it's very important to understand the correlation between your main ascendant chart and the D9 chart. So only the Earth ascendant signs in the D1 chart, which are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, air element signs in the main ascendant chart, which are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the water signs ascendant in the D1 chart, which are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. If their ascendant is going to be placed in certain alignments in the main ascendant chart, only these people can get the Aquarius ascendant in the D9 chart. So guys, let's say, for example, we will start with the Earth ascendant signs in the main D1 chart. So just because your ascendant is of the Earth sign, so you have these inherent qualities of being very practical, being very stable, little bit materialistic in the life. But at the same time, just because the current which you are getting, the energy which you are getting from behind the screen, that is of a very highly intellectual sign. So somehow, whichsoever area of life you will be approaching in the life, whatever you're going to be your outer persona in this lifetime, you will definitely be getting the support of a very intellectual vibrations from behind the screen. And at the same time, guys, you have to understand this thing, that in your life, following the dharma, writer's path, or the contribution of the matrimonial life, which area of your life is going to get straight away impacted because of that. So if you will take up the case of the Taurus ascendant in the main ascendant chart, so guys, in your case, as you can fairly see, the concerns of the marriage or matrimonial path is straight away going to impact your 10th house. So I mean to say, in your case, you could be very lucky that the contribution of the matrimonial life can straight away impact your public image, or it could help you, reinforce you while fulfilling your duties and responsibilities in this lifetime. If you want to understand the case of the Virgo ascendant in the main ascendant D1 chart, so guys, in your case, as you can fairly see, the energies of the Aquarius ascendant from the D9 chart is straight away going to impact your 6th house. So marriage can definitely strengthen your approach in how to deal with any of the obstacles or challenges in this lifetime. If you want to take up the case of the Capricorn ascendant, so guys, in your case, the contribution of your matrimonial life from your D9 chart is straight away going to impact your 2nd house. So I mean to say, concerns of finances and at the same time your values are actually going to get more strengthened. The marriage has the potential to make you more virtuous in this lifetime. If you will take up the case of the air ascendants, so let's say for example, for all the Gemini ascendant natives, so guys, in your case, the contribution of the matrimonial life is straight away going to impact your 9th house. So I mean to say, marriage has the potential to act as a divine protection. It could actually reinforce the prospects and the support of the luck and fortune in this lifetime. Moving ahead, friends, if you want to understand for the Libra ascendant natives, so in your case, the contribution of your D9 chart is straight away going to impact your 5th house. So I mean to say, marriage has the potential to reinforce your intellectual capabilities and at the same time make you more devoted and increase the devotion aspect in your life. And if you want to understand it for all the Aquarius ascendant natives, so guys, in your case, you have got a Virgottam Lagan. So I mean to say, all of the potential of sacrifice and the intellectual capabilities are going to get more strengthened in your life. And guys, last category is of the water sign ascendant in the D1 chart. So guys, in your case, if you will take up the case of the Cancer ascendant natives, so in your case, the contribution of the matrimonial life is straight away going to impact your 8th house. So I mean to say, marriage holds the potential. The path of spirituality and devotion holds the potential to reveal all the esoteric secrets or the functioning of the universe to you, and at the same time it also holds the potential to bring all the healthy transformation in your life. Moving ahead, friends, if you want to understand it for all the Scorpio ascendant natives, so in your case, the contribution of your matrimonial life or the D9 chart is straight away going to impact and affect the happiness and concerns of contentment and comforts in your life. And guys, the last category is of, if you want to understand the contribution and correlation with the Pisces ascendant in the main D1 chart. So in your case, guys, marriage or the path of spirituality, the contribution of the D9 chart is going to impact your 12th house, which straight away tells about how to, in a graceful way, handle any of the concerns of the losses, expenses, and marriage and the contribution of the D9 chart actually holds the strong potential to give you that form of transcendental wisdom in this lifetime. Okay friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of the contribution and the connection of your main ascendant chart and the D9 chart. Now we will try to understand what kind of energies someone is going to find in their matrimonial life, in their spiritual pursuit, if they have Aquarius ascendant in their D9 chart. So guys, to begin with, from the first house, because of the placement of the Aquarius sign, you just get to know about this idea that when we talk about the Aquarius sign, they have got highly sacrificing nature. See, it will not be an exaggeration to pin or attach all form of naiveness and innocence with this sign. So I mean to say, the theme of your matrimonial life could be governed by the concerns of sacrifice for each other, care for each other, well-being for each other. Like, just because guys, the vicissitudes of the life or the time period of the matrimonial life makes someone go through all kind of happy and bitter experiences. There are those people who end up losing their job, who get into some kind of illnesses, diseases, like all kind of situation comes and go. But when we talk about someone who has Aquarius ascendant in the D9 chart, this person can remain lucky that he could be in a matrimonial bond where the concern, the real concern for each other, or the aspect of sacrifice is definitely going to be there. Like we have seen all those cases where if a woman has to sacrifice her career for giving more attention to her passion, hobbies, to the family, children. So all these kind of prospects can be seen with the presence of the Aquarius sign in the ascendant of the D9 chart. Moving ahead friends, if you will enter their second house. So guys, the second house in the D9 chart tells about your household finances. It also tells about your values. So guys, the good part about the Aquarius ascendant natives is that Jupiter is not only ruling their second house of values, but at the same time Jupiter is also ruling their house of their highest of the wishes or the hopes, which is the 11th house. So even when we have to talk about the financial flow or the financial gains, we always give attention to the second house and the 11th house. So because of the Jupiterian influence in all these two important houses, you can fairly see this thing that these natives have the potential to actually make money, or all of their household incomes could be actually divine blessed, and at the same time making money from the righteous causes or the righteous concerns and the righteous directions can be fairly foreseen with the influence of Jupiter in their second house. And at the same time guys, the little bit of the sensitive or the volatile thing about all the Aquarius ascendant natives is that these guys definitely have got a heart of gold. Like if someone has a problem, they will come to them, they will share their plight. So these will be among those people who will not hesitate in writing a check to them, even if they have to compromise or hide it just for the good, if they even have to hide this from their partner. So I mean to say, it is always advisable that someone who has got this kind of alignments in their D9 chart, if they will trust more on their partner in the financial management. So that is one thing which I want to advise over here. Moving ahead friends, if you will come to their third house. So the third house in the D9 chart just tells about the changes which marriage can bring in your life by your own efforts, and at the same time what exactly is your underlying true source of strength. Now whether in the path of spirituality or whether the contribution of your matrimonial life, your partner. So I mean to say guys, here you're going to find the energies of the planet Mars in the form of the presence of the Aries sign. So guys, when we talk about the Aries sign, it is bit headstrong and impulsive sign, and Mars is not only ruling their third house, at the same time it is ruling their 10th house of public image as well. So the only catch over here is that, like the way we always see all those eccentric genius and like for example scientists and all, if you have seen this movie A Beautiful Mind, where this actor Russell Crowe played the role of a scientist, like a mathematician, John Nash. So I mean to say, they have to remain bit cautious in the exertion of their energy or the manifestation of the energy. So let's say for example, if in any of the public setting or within their family members or in the presence of their relatives, if they burst out, or the outburst of some of those things or revelation of those secrets which they are not supposed to do, that could actually hamper their public image. So let's say for example, if someone's wife, she has kept a good image of her husband in all of her family or in their society, within her friend circle, and suddenly your husband he just had a bad mood and he revealed something, or he bursted out something which he was not supposed to reveal, and that actually impacted the image of your household or your marriage. So I mean to say, there they have to give attention to. Moving ahead guys, if you will enter their fourth house. So now when we talk about the fourth house, it is a very important house which is the heart of your marriage. This house tells about how much comforts and happiness the path of devotion, spirituality, righteousness or marriage is going to give you. So here you're going to find the energies of the planet Venus in the form of the Taurus sign. So guys, the good part about all the Aquarius ascendant is that Venus is not only ruling their fourth house of happiness, but at the same time it is also ruling their ninth house of righteousness and good ethics and morals. So I mean to say, their definition of happiness is definitely going to be following the dharma and the righteous path, and at the same time the domestic life could be filled with all form of luxury, all form of where you can feel yourself nourished and you can feel yourself taken care of, being loved. So that kind of domestic life and that kind of craving of happiness you can find as a flavors in their fourth house. Moving ahead friends, if you will enter their fifth house, so fifth house tells about their devotion in the marriage. It also tells about the romance in the marriage. So I mean to say, here you're going to find the energies of the planet Mercury in the form of the Gemini sign. So definitely their mindset or their behavior within the marriage could be little bit childlike, could be very young, dynamic, adventure, travels, curiosity. So that kind of energy, or that is how their brain is going to function specifically in the concerns of marriage. That is how you can relate the energies of the planet Mercury in their fifth house. Now guys, moving ahead, if you will enter their sixth house, so now the sixth house tells about the challenges or the obstacles which a native has to face in the matrimonial life. So here you're going to find the energies of the planet Moon in the form of the Cancer sign. So guys, you have to understand this thing, that when we talk about the signs ruled by the luminaries like Sun and the Moon, so Sun only has one sign through which it manifests its glory and dignity in your life. Moon only has one sign through which it manifests or releases its emotions, overflowing emotions. So like the way we always say that the Aquarius ascendant are very helpful, they are very self-sacrificing. So you can fairly see that the sign of emotions and empathizing like Cancer sign is falling in their sixth house. So definitely any of the challenges or obstacles, or if their partner is going through some kind of difficulties in their life, so they will be deeply concerned about it. So when I say concerned, it's not just very superficial concerns. I mean to say something which can deeply impact them. So genuine, legitimate concerns and empathizing nature within the marriage you can fairly see with the placement of the Cancer sign in their sixth house. Moving ahead friends, the moment you're going to enter their seventh house, the actual running around and the actual reverberating energies of their partner. So here you're going to find the energies of the planet Sun in the form of the Leo sign. And like the way I was explaining it to you, that these people tend to remain very lucky in running into a partner which is definitely going to enhance and reinforce their confidence, their public image. Like they will definitely be very proud of their partner's achievement or accomplishment. And like the way I was telling it to you, that the Aquarius ascendant natives tend to remain very naive, tend to remain very innocent, little bit of the self-efficacious nature. So the moment their partner is going to enter their life, it is going to enhance their public image. Rather, in any of the public appearances, they will be very proud of sharing the stage with their partner next to them. So that is how you can relate the energies of the like Leo sign in their seventh house. Moving ahead friends, the moment you are going to enter their eighth house of transformation, deep bond and deep unspoken emotions within the marriage. So here you're going to find the energies of the planet Mercury in the form of the Virgo sign. So guys, they will definitely run into a family or the in-laws who are definitely going to be very organized, who are definitely going to be very perfectionist, and at the same time somehow marriage or their partner is going to be have a very eye for detail in how they are going to manage their joint assets. And like the way guys I was telling it to you, that planet Mercury, which is the planet of discriminatory intelligence, it is not only ruling their fifth house, but at the same time it is also ruling their eighth house as well. So I mean to say, they have this inherent capacity to go to the depths whenever they start contemplating or working in the nitty-gritty or the concerns of the marriage. So deep intellectual probing mindset, researchful mindset, capacity to go to the depth in order to come up with a solution of a problem which their marriage, their partner or they might be going through. So that is how you can relate the energies of the planet Mercury in their life. Moving ahead friends, the moment you are going to enter their ninth house. So like the way I have said this thing so many times, that in the D9 chart, the ninth house acts as a glue which keeps the bond of the marriage intact. So here you're going to find the energies of the planet Venus in the form of the Libra sign. So I mean to say, definitely somehow while fulfilling their marital duties, the righteousness, the moral code is definitely going to dominate or govern their life, and somehow they will not be among those people who just want to get into the bond of marriage just for the sake of society or just for the sake of their securities. They actually want to feel nourished, taken care of, loved in the marriage. That is how you can relate the energies of the Libra sign in their 9th house, and making a balance of everything, whether about their career, their spiritual duties, their devotion to their family. So you will definitely find a balancing energy in their 9th house. The moment you are going to enter their 10th house, so here you are going to find the energies of the planet Mars in the form of the Scorpio sign. So definitely guys, their public image of their marriage or their matrimonial life could be perceived as little bit intense, little bit transformative. So let's say for example, like the way we always take up the case of the celebrities, where people and the paparazzis are always chasing them, and they get to know that okay, right now or like few years back their marriage was going through like tough times. Now they have overcome all those kind of issues. So these kind of image your matrimonial life could exude, and this is how your matrimonial life will be perceived in the society, in the community, where there is deep devotion, deep emotion, deep intensity, and the energies of transformation, ups and downs. So that is how you can relate the energies of the planet Mars in the form of the Scorpio sign. But at the same time, marriage is definitely going to be very intense in their path in this lifetime. In like fulfilling their duties and responsibilities, their partner could actually play a very intense role over there. That is how you can relate the energies of the Scorpio in their 10th house. Moving ahead friends, the moment you are going to enter their 11th house. 11th house tells about their hopes, their wish fulfillment from the marriage. So here you are going to find the energies of the Sagittarius sign. So when we talk about the Sagittarius sign, Sagittarius is a very dharmic, it is a very ethical sign. So I mean to say, first of all, when we talk about their social interaction, their group activities, they will remain very lucky in running into right set of advisors, right set of counselors who are definitely going to encourage them, who are definitely going to motivate them, and at the same time getting the right piece of advices from the right set of people. That is how you can see the energies reverberating in their 11th house. And at the same time, like the way I was telling it to you, that 11th house also tells about your hopes and your wish fulfillment. And whenever we talk about the D9 chart, it is a highly spiritual chart. So I mean to say, whatsoever desires and hopes they have, following the righteous path and the devotion to the gods can actually help them in fulfilling all of those. And lastly guys, the moment you're going to enter their 12th house. So now 12th house tells about how you're going to manage any form of losses which might come with the marriage or in the path of your spiritual pursuit. How much sacrifice it is asking from you. So like the way you know this thing, that the planet which is ruling their ascendant, the same planet is ruling their 12th house. So I mean to say, when we talk about the sacrifice, when we talk about the genuine legitimate concern, so definitely these people have the potential to do some very substantial like sacrifice for the good. So that is how you can see the energies reverberating in different areas of the matrimonial life or the spiritual caricature of a Aquarius ascendant in the D9 chart. So that is something guys which I wanted to share as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.